You encourage folks to build their own dream home, to follow in your footsteps. Why do you why do you advise them to build their own home as opposed to hiring a builder? And we'll start with you, Noel, and then Daniel, I'll ask you the same question.
So for me, and the book isn't just building a home; it's also decorating, creating renovations, just doing DIY projects within the home. So I think with COVID and everyone staying at home, and they're really just spending times in these spaces and realizing that maybe they don't really love them. And so there's a real outreach of people looking for information for how to do these things themselves, partly because contractors are really hard to find in a lot of parts of the country. Like we get calls constantly, as we don't work for outside customers anymore. We still get calls like, "Hey, are you doing projects? We can't find anybody. Who do you recommend?" And I know it's not just here; we see it all over. And prices, they're able to raise their prices a lot because they can cherry pick the jobs. So it kind of leaves people in a bad situation. I can't find someone to hire. I want these things done. What can I do? And with the knowledge and advice that's out there right now through YouTube, our book, all kinds of other influencers that are creators that are sharing their work, there's ways to figure it out to do it yourself. Is there still a time and a place for a licensed GC? Absolutely. Definitely they play a role, and there's times when that's a necessity. But this is for the person that maybe has the time and not the money, or just wants to learn this skill for themselves.
And Daniel, what about you? In your opinion, what are the advantages to taking on a renovation project or even a new build yourself as opposed to hiring a contractor?
I think the advantages are, like I said before, is control. You're able to pivot at any moment. You don't have anybody that's kind of driving things. And I I wouldn't say that a new build from ground up is for everyone, not unless you have the context and the years of experience. If I hadn't have had the construction knowledge that we had in the past 18 to 20 years of business, I would definitely have not tackled with myself. Now, and again, the reason for that is maybe I don't know everything there is to know about framing, but I know enough people, and I had employees on staff that had been framing for 20 to 25 years. So I felt comfortable in being able to tackle that ourselves. So there are some aspects that you just don't have the knowledge in, but if you have the contacts, then you can hire the people and you can work your way through it through the education that you can gain with these different people. I think that for me, why is it important? It's a sense of pride.
Hmm.
I know that many people out there they do have that passion for DIY projects. They do have the passion to learn, and I think that's a great opportunity. Even if it's a smaller renovation, it's a great opportunity to just go and learn. And YouTube has so many different sources. As Noel says, there's other creators out there that are teaching, okay, how do we rehab our laundry room, or how do we build a bookshelf? So much knowledge out there to be gained via the internet. And if you're a hands-on person and you're interested in doing something like that, then it's very easy to obtain that information. Now, again, I don't suggest wiring a whole home by yourself if you don't have the knowledge, if you're not a licensed electrician. Go out and find somebody who is, and then you can subcontract that to that person yourself.
Mhm.
So, again, I think it all links back for me is a sense of pride that you can walk away from that job and say, I did this. And then 20 years down the road, you can drive by that house if you still don't own it. You say, hey, look, I built that house, or I did that addition to that house. So it's a sense of pride.